Well guys, despite the weather, we're going to go for it. Last couple of videos I've been talking about trying to get, you know, at least a night and a full day in, but yeah, I had a chat with Emma and I'm going to do the weekend. I'm going to do tonight, all day tomorrow, Saturday night, go home Sunday morning, and yeah, and then that'd be it for the river this year. But I'm interested to see what will happen in the daytime. Sadly, the river's been in flood, and because of work I've been so busy this week I only managed to go down there and bait up. So yeah, it's just a case of suck it and see, really. I'm looking forward to it though, spending a little bit of time on the bank rather than these overnighters. But yeah, I think I'm going to fish the third rod, but I think I'm going to put it out for pike. I used to love pike fishing, you know, back in the day when I was sort of late teens, early 20s, you know, when it was sort of seemed to be the norm then to fish for, you know, carp up till sort of October or the start of November, and then switch to pike fishing. Yeah, haven't caught a big pike for a few years. I think 4 years ago or something like that was the last 20-pounder I caught. So yeah, we'll put a rod out for the pike. If not tonight, we'll do it tomorrow for tomorrow daytime, because as I've said previous, the third rod just isn't doing anything. You know, it gave me the first bite, what, you know, I think it was on my 11th night, my first night in that area. It gave me my first bite and a double common, and all it's done me since is a bream and a tench. So I might as well have it, you know, in the swim right next door to me and just put it in the edge for pike and see what happens that way. But fingers crossed it'll go to plan. We'll have one or two. It's going to be tough, to be honest. I mean, we've had some blooming really hard frosts this week. I think we've had, out of 4 nights, we've had 3 frosts. So yeah, it's one of them. I dare say we'll see what's going on when we get down there, because you generally know how much the water's cooled down by the movement on the surface. You know, the small fish, you know, the bleak, the chub and all that sort of thing. They've been really lively up until a week ago when I was there last. So yeah, next time you see me, I'll be on the bank. See you in a few hours. Well guys, we're here in the car park. I'm running late, to be honest with you. It's 10 to 3 now. Gets dark at about up past 4, 25 to 5, something like that. But yeah, we're here. We've got 2 nights ahead of us. So, you know, as I said before, you know, I've been wanting to get a full day in. Yeah, so that's what we're going to do. And I shall see you on the bank soon. Here we are, guys, back in the swim. Yeah, sadly we haven't managed to get any bait out this week. Just been too busy at work, knackered, breaking out concrete driveway all week and what have you. So yeah, but we're here. There's still signs of small fish on the surface, which is good as well, which means everything ain't shut up yet, considering there's some real nasty heavy frosts. Yeah, we've got 2 nights ahead of us and a full day, so really looking forward to this one. Yeah, it's slowed right up as well. Yeah, nice. Right, we better get ourselves sorted out. It's going to be dark in about an hour and 15 minutes. Well guys, it was a week ago this morning we was last here. Yeah, sadly I haven't been able to get out and put some bait in this last week. It's been too knackered, that's all, with work. But we're back. We've actually got 2 nights ahead of us. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Like I say, I've not put any bait in for a week, so yeah. But still, got to be in it to win it, as they say, and you don't know unless you try. So we're here. It looks good. It looks really good. The river's settled down lovely. Colours dropped right out, slowed right up. Still signs of small fish as well, which is good. So yeah, it really does feel good. Really feel like we're in with a chance, to be honest. Even the water don't feel that cold, not as cold as I was expecting, not with the frost we've had anyway. But yeah, it's going to be a loud night tonight. It's November the 5th, so it's firework night. So yeah, whether we get anything this side of midnight, I don't know. But like I say, we've got the longest session we've done on the river yet, so I thought it was a good way to end, because it will be the end after this session. Yeah, I'll be thinking about my winter ticket after that. So yeah, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed we will be in for a fish or two. Yeah, not got long now. Just got the rods out. It ain't gonna be long before it's dark. Bit more sorting out to do and await developments. Well guys, already we're losing the light. Yeah, just as well we've got a longer session this time round. Weekend session, last one on the river this year. Yeah, oh, I have loved it, that's why I'm back. But yeah, there's a new water on the horizon now. Just joined another one. Going back over old ground. Yeah, I fished it last in 1999. So yeah, we'll speak more about that when my ticket comes through. Yeah, but I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, catch some nice old 30s while I'm waiting for a big common. Yeah, really looking forward to that. But meanwhile, we're back here. Yeah. Will we be fortunate enough to get one more? You know, it's I'd like to think so. You know, I know that we've had some cold nights, really cold nights this week, but you'd like to think they're still moving about. I've seen a few small fish in that, you know, flipping on the surface and what have you, so ain't cooled off that much. We'll see what the weekend has in store. Like I say, I'll only be here till Sunday morning. Got another busy week next week. Yeah, so let's see what the session brings. Fingers crossed, a carp or two. Maybe a big pike. Yeah, we're going to have one out for pike over the weekend at some point. I've only got 2 carp rods out tonight. Third rod just ain't been doing anything, it's just in the way really, so I haven't put it out, but my intentions were to put the other rod out for pike anyway. Yeah, been a long time since caught a big pike. I quite fancy that, and this session could be, you know, probably be my only chance, so fingers crossed. Yeah, fingers crossed. I'm sure we know in the dark whether it's what the cold nights have done to it, because you know there's been bream rolling in that after dark, and you know there's been the odd fish here and there quite consistently on the nights I've done. So yeah, right guys, as usual, anything happens in the night, you will be the first ones to know. Let's hope it does. Well, good morning all. Not a very good morning because yeah, last night was very quiet. I think I had an aborted take at about 10:30. Yeah, I had a series of bleeps. Looked out the bivvy, see the bobbin drop back down. Might have been a savage liner, but I picked the rod up and nothing was there. But yeah, that was it last night. Definitely looks like the frost's put things, you know, slow things up, because yeah, I didn't see anything. I sat up till quite late last night, didn't see anything roll, no movement whatsoever. Just in small fry just before dark, moving on the surface. That's been it. So yeah, very quiet. But we'll see what today brings. See if we get any movement out of those. Yeah, very quiet at the moment. Fingers crossed for the day. Well guys, I don't know if you can see these waves, but yeah, I was just sitting there making a cup of tea, first one of the day. Heard a splash and looked, and it was across the other side, just up to the left. But that's been the second lot of waves this morning, so it must have been further up originally. So yeah, interesting. But there's definitely something big over the other side there. More than likely a carp, I would think, but who knows? Could be a pike. Mooring, going for an early morning stroll. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. We've never been here in the day for a full day, so yeah, things are quieting up, but you never know. Maybe the day will be more lively. Fingers crossed. I still think there's a bite or two in it by the time we go tomorrow morning. It's definitely Rose's confidence, seeing them waves earlier and then hearing one and looking and seeing the ring. So yeah, I think that I'm pretty sure they were carp, or it was a carp. But you can never be 100% unless you actually see it. So haven't seen them two for a while. I think I've only seen them once before in my videos since I've been in this section. That's what we need the carp to be doing, moving up and down. Nice toasted peanut butter sandwich. Lovely. Well, it's been interesting. Only a few hours into the morning, but it's been interesting being here already. Only in the fact that, you know, it's amazing how the wildlife suddenly realised that there's food there for them, where I've been levering the bait across on and off over the last month or so. Across the other side with the spoon. Obviously there's been parkcorn boilies going on the far bank, and yeah, there's been ducks, moor hens. I even see a moor hen dive tight to the bank over there to pick up the boilie earlier. So yeah, they, you know, even they start to realise that there's food there for them. But they disperse now due to Mr. Fox being on the far bank, stalking them. I thought it was a dog at first. It wasn't until it turned side on that I actually realised it was a fox. Never seen a fox look so big. You see a lot really scrawny foxes in that these days, but that one was massive. He looked really well, that one. Or she. But yeah, still only that strange occurrence last night, which I'm convinced. You know, when I picked the rod up and went to reel in, it was the lead was caught in some twigs or something or other, and yeah, I'm convinced it was an aborted take of some description, or a savage liner. I don't know, something occurred, but that was the only occurrence all night, and that happened early on, about 10:30 last night. But definitely signs of fish to the left this morning. I heard what sounded like a fish roll, look left and see the ring on the other side. But before that there was ripples coming back from up there, about 5-10 minutes before, which I just, because dogs can go in the water just up a little bit further, I just assumed it was a dog, but I don't think it was now. I think it probably was a fish. But we'll see what the day brings. I've put a pike rod out a little bit further along this morning. Yeah, just to see something different. You know, as I was saying, the third rod's done nothing since I've been fishing. Apart from the first bite and a tension of breamer. I think that's it. So yeah, I'm going to change things a little bit today. I might change up baits, just freshen things up. I'll do that around, well, probably the next hour actually, just so they're freshened up in case anything does come through today. Again, I know there's been something to the left, so yeah. It's a warmer night than what we've had of late though. Last night it was about 7 degrees, 7 degrees. It's meant to be the same tonight. Just need the fish to come through. Yeah, I don't think it's out the fact that, you know, last night, the fact that I hadn't put any bait in for a week. Don't think out matters. I think if I'd kept the bait in, if I weren't so knackered and could get down here to put some bait in, I think they still would have visited. But still got best part of 24 hours left, so it's a much longer. It's like twice the length of a normal session that I do. So when I'm doing my overnighters. So yeah, fingers crossed they will move through. No reason why they won't, you know, they won't, like I say. There's definitely fish of some description to the left earlier. One more, because all we want is one more. Because after tomorrow morning I will not be back on the river until probably next June. Well, as you can see guys, it's been pretty breezy today, and there's loads of leaves on the surface now. Looks pretty, yeah, it's very pretty but very autumnal now. Last night was 6-7 degrees. I'm sure them frosts have had something to do with it though. Although I couldn't bait up this week, I think the frosts have probably knocked it on the head a bit, but like I say, this being the last session on the river this year, I'm going to do tonight anyway. See if it picks up tonight. With you know, it's going to stay overcast, so there's the warmth to stay in. It's going to be about 7 degrees again. So yeah, never know unless you try. But yeah, definitely don't see them on our side at the moment. Fingers crossed that'll all change after dark. Well guys, what an incredibly quiet day. Yeah, I've seen very little in the way of any movement from anything today. A few fry down to the right, but nothing like it was before we got the frosts. There were small fish flipping about everywhere until we got the frost, so yeah. Got bored with the pike rods, so that soon got wrapped up. Might flick it out for an hour in the morning before I go, but I'll be away by 9 in the morning. Yeah, fingers crossed it's all on tonight now. Just got to hope that 1 or 2 move through. But you know, it was odd last night, and the fact that I think that, you know, the frosts and the fact that I hadn't been baiting up definitely, definitely had an effect on it. You know, no bream, nothing, no tench, nothing, no action at all apart from that. What to me seemed like an aborted take or a real heavy liner. So yeah. Fingers crossed it'll change tonight. Like I said earlier, I only want one more would be lovely. You know, thoroughly enjoyed it, and it's only the fact that I hadn't done a day, a full day on the river this year, that I wanted to do it. Today has shown me why I never used to do them. I've got a bit of footage of a few of the canoes, but if I'd filmed them all, the video would be taken up by canoeists. So yeah, there was a lot to go through, and that's probably an understatement. You know, 6 to 8 of them at a time, racing at times past me this morning. So yeah, you know, it's at least now I've done it, I remember why I never used to do it. So yeah, when we come back, when we ever go next year, whether it be in this stretch or, you know, somewhere else, maybe a few miles downstream might be the way forward next year. But we'll see what happens. We've got a lot going on next year. Probably going to have a couple of different tickets as well as the park. So yeah, next year's next year at the end of the day. We'll see then. But I will be coming back for another go on the river. Oh, I've loved it. I really have loved it. So yeah, fingers crossed for tonight. I don't think I'm even going to put any more bait out tonight. I think it's just sat there. Well, I know it's just sat there because when I went to recast earlier, I managed to pick up one of my freebies on the hook. So, you know, they're still sitting down there. So, yeah. Just going to have a cup of tea. Got a steak slice and the old ridge monkey, and awake developments. I dare say it'll be dark in about half an hour's time. Yeah, it's not been a lot to see today at all, apart from that extreme amounts of leaves drifting downstream. I will catch up with you guys as soon as something occurs. Fingers crossed it does. Something in the air definitely needs to change, I think, because it's very, very odd at the moment. But you don't know unless you try. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Like I say, one more bite, one more fish would be lovely. Well guys, just looked at the weather for tonight, and yeah, it's actually going to be twice as warm as last night, 11 to 12 degrees they reckon all night. So if ever you'd expect to get a bite, it'd be in them sort of conditions, without a doubt. Let's hope that weather plays in our favour. Well guys, quick update. Yeah, I've had a liner on my left hand rod, but I'm sitting here in the dark. Been dark several hours now, and sitting here all quiet. Had a chat with my boy on the phone and had a couple of cups of tea, and it's definitely silent. And it's the first time in all the time I've been on the river. Yeah, I've heard them roll, but I just heard one come clattering out, and yeah, quite something really. It must have been 100 yards downstream or more, and I thought I was hearing things, and I stood next to the river watching the water in the dark, and sure enough it was definitely one of the waves that soon caught up with me. Was yeah, quite something. So let's hope that is a good sign that they're on the move tonight, and we might buy a bite tonight. Yeah, fingers crossed. I'll certainly keep you updated if we do. Well guys, I really never thought that was going to happen on this session. The only bite in 2 nights. No bream, no tench, very few liners, but we've got one. Happy bloody days. Well guys, it is a good morning. Yeah, we done what we wanted, you know. We finally managed to do what we was thinking about doing, you know. We were here for a couple of nights and a day, and yeah, I think we left it a bit too late, to be honest. You know, didn't have any time to bait up or anything in the week either after the floods. But yeah, you know, we've had one. We've had the blank saver last night, so happy days. And it looks like it's a good number to finish on as well. My 40th carp from this river adventure. Yeah, well pleased. Well pleased. Cup of tea and then sort her out. Well, still got low light this morning. Fish is getting very lively in the landing net. I'm going to sort her out in a minute. But yeah, what a strange night last night was. They're doing works on the railway line and somewhere, and there weren't one train go by. There ain't been a train go by in about 24 hours. Yeah, it seemed most odd not hearing them trains go by, but it was amazing hearing that fish a long way away from me last night, how that rose my confidence, you know, knowing there's fish moving. You know, you hear one clatter out like that, and that's the first one in all the nights I've done on the river this year that I've heard one clatter out like that. You know, for a few seconds I was actually thinking, did I hear that? You know, and like I say, yeah, and then I see the waves coming back, and but very, very few signs of action until then, or movement, should I say. Very, very few signs. It's definitely slowed up, but you know, we had another recent flood, and we had three or four frosts this week. Yeah, but nice way to end, lovely way to end this year's river carp fishing. One thing's for sure, we will be doing more of it next year. I've loved it. Yep. I'll be counting down the months now, because I won't, you know, because obviously the river still has a closed season, so yeah. We'll be back on that magical time of June the 16th. Or should I say, we'll be on the evening of the 15th, we'll definitely be back for the start. Definitely. Well guys, that's it. This is the end of the session. Yep. And the end of the river season for me, until next June. I'm going to miss it, that's for sure. One thing's for sure, this is like a bar of ice, this fish. Look at the length of this one. Yeah, another character. Good times. Yep, picked a few leeches off him as well. He is freezing. Well guys, if you like the video, give us a thumbs up, think about subscribing, and by all means follow me, Adam Honeyset on Facebook, Adam Carp Honeyset on Instagram. And one thing's for sure, you will be seeing me on the bank, probably on my winter ticket very soon, over on Redlands Farm. And yeah, looking forward to that. But yeah, boy have I enjoyed my time on the river. Thanks for watching guys, see you soon, all the best.